future me here. Just wanted to say anything you see or hear in this video, take with a grain of salt. Don't always believe everything you hear on the internet. Don't always think that I know everything. I talk based off of experience. I talk based off of experience and common sense, what I see. I don't talk strictly from fact-based. I don't talk strictly from what's been proven. I talk from the mind, the heart. And what I see before me. I don't, so if I say something that offends you or doesn't make sense, this is unscripted. I don't have this written out for me. I just kind of roll with it, and however it goes, it goes. So, enjoy the massively long episode of me just being me, I guess. Hey everybody. So it's Tuesday. I'm just gonna do that now, all the time. I'm just gonna say what day it is. It's Tuesday. So, 3 days ago was my nephew's birthday party, right? Then it was Easter. His birthday was on Saturday. And then it was Easter Sunday. And I was going to cut the grass Monday. Because it was like sunny, 70 degrees, 80 degrees. And now it's winter again. Now it's bloody winter again. Like how much longer is this going to go on for? How much longer? I can't take it no more. Nah, so I just decided to come for a walk. I'm going to say something that's going to segue into something else. And then we're going to get into what this episode is kind of about. So, the main meat of what I'm planning on talking about. So, I made it through the party without needing to go get any kind of alcohol. So, it's a milestone. Just kidding. Well, no, I mean, I didn't drink anything alcoholic. That day, actually I haven't drank anything in like 4 weeks now, alcohol-wise, because, this Saturday's like 35 days without smoking cigarettes, so I planned on keeping it that way. And if I get drunk, the urge to kill the boredom and quench that addiction is amplified with the more I drink. So we're not doing that for a little while. Now, that's segueing into this part. I was planning on maybe drinking today, because it's been like over 30 days. So I'm like, well, you know, if I'm gonna quote unquote relapse and buy a pack of smokes, you know, I think I'm pretty clear now that it's either gonna happen or it isn't. But I decided that I made sweet potatoes and ham, and I told her don't bother to put it away because I'm gonna finish it tonight. And it's not something I really want to eat with beer. Like, it might be okay with wine, but I don't think sweet potato and ham and beer is a good combination. So, decided I'm just not going to drink today either, which is probably for the best, because when I finally do cut the grass, I want to get a 6-pack. So, that's kind of the plan. It's kind of the plan, kind of the goal. We'll kind of see how it goes. Because, you know, we might have 90-degree weather tomorrow and then 4 inches of snow the next day. Because that's apparently what we're doing now. What else is there? I said something kind of racist the other day. So now, it's not... I guess it'd be more stereotypical than racist. But, my grandmother has been getting on my nerves because like I said in the previous video, that I could really use to go. It's getting onto that time for me to go do a bit of a clothes shopping spree, you know, pick up a couple new shirts, a couple new pairs of pants. And she's always saying that we don't have any money. I have the money to go do it now, and I plan to. But the point of the conversation is that she went and spent $200 on a brand new toaster oven when the one we had worked just fine. I will give credit on this part that the new toaster oven stays hotter longer and faster than the other one. Things that take an hour to cook and the old one takes like 45 minutes to 40 minutes in this one. So it is a nice perk. Is it $200 worth of a perk when there's clearly other things that need to be spent, that money needs to be spent on? I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. She got another choppy machine that chops stuff in different patterns or whatever. She's like, oh, I bought this for yada yada yada. You got to read the book and learn how to do it so you could teach me. And I'm like, I never wanted it in the first place. It might take me an extra 10 minutes, but I can cut vegetables and meat just as good as that thing, and it doesn't cost, you know, setup, cleanup, electricity, you know, the melon crap. Like, one of the biggest risks with what she does is she orders a lot of this stuff off different TV sites. And sometimes, I'm not dissing on, like, you know, a bunch of the big companies and junk, but I mean, there are occasions, especially with older people that don't know what the heck they're doing, where you buy something and then the company's just like disappears, and then you get like a cardboard box with a picture of a microwave on front of it and no way to get your money back. And this has happened to people. So like, yeah. But anyways, we'll stay on topic. We have a microwave, right? The microwave was just fine, a tad bit dirty, and the door started to stick where it didn't want to open. That was the only thing wrong with it. You push the button, and sometimes you have to push it twice to get the door to actually pop open. She went and bought a brand new microwave, like $200. I'm like, yeah, that's smart. Like, yeah. So to the racist thing. So as she likes to run her mouth to try to set me off, try to get me aggravated. What's that word weirdos use? Triggered. Yeah, that's what millennials use, right? The word triggered. She tries to trigger me by talking about things she knows I don't agree with. So she was talking about it to my brother when we're on our way to the house to go to the party. And I'm sitting in the back seat because apparently she needed to sit in the front seat because she needed a knee brace or something. I don't know what the story was there. I said she was trying to pretend to be me, trying to pretend to be the adult today. Because in my eyes, maturity level out of the two of us, I'm probably the adult. Anyways, she's talking about, oh, I spent $200 on this, I spent $300 on this, we definitely needed it, and yada yada yada. Even though I could prove it right now, I have the appliances in my pantry that I was gonna throw in the yard sale for like $5. They all work. They all work perfectly fine. Like, minor little dings, right? So I made the comment, and I'm like, you know, now nobody get upset about this. I'm not racist. It was just kind of came out wrong, and I'm just gonna say it the way I said it, and you guys can judge if you want to. I couldn't really care less. And I was like, you know how black people go, and they buy these $300 pair of shoes, and they get like one spot on them or one stain on them, and then they got to go buy a brand new $300 pair of shoes. And then I just stopped talking. I was like, she's like, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, just think about it. Just think about it. And then I rebutted and said, well, I guess now it's not really just black people. I mean, everybody that has more money than brain cells does it now. Anyways, you take offense to that, I apologize. That's not how I meant it to sound. But, I mean, if you really think about it, that's kind of how it is. So anyways, So, that's out of the way, right? We've got one more thing. Alright, one more interesting little tidbit. Alright, so we got a brand new lawnmower, I think last summer, maybe the summer before. And some reason, if I fill it more than 2/3 of the way full of gas, it leaks. Don't know why. I'm guessing there's a crack in the tank or something, or I mean, that's pretty much the only thing it could be. That would depend on how full the tank would be that would actually leak. But I don't know much about small engines, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. The fact of the matter is, if I fill the tank too full, it in fact drips gas. So I don't fill the tank too full. Moving on. We got an electric lawnmower to replace the old one before we got this other new one for like $40. Alright. Now I hate the stupid thing, because I hate being tethered when I'm trying to maneuver around. The best thing about it, I mean, it lacks in power, and the way you have to maneuver yourself around the cord so you don't chop the cord or trip yourself is annoying, but it is a lot lighter, so I'll give it that. So she knows about this. She knows about this issue with the gas tank. Oh, excuse me. Oh, burping. Sweet potatoes and ham, man. But, she knows about this issue with the, we're going to go a little bit further because they're still working down there. So we're going to go back for a while. I'm pretty early yet. So this is probably going to be a long video, so strap in. So she knows about the issue with the gas, and I told her that it's not really an issue as long as I don't fill it too full. But then she comes up out of the middle of nowhere, knocks on my room door, and is like, I want to sell an electric lawnmower. I didn't even say anything. I was like, just get away from me, you know? So, couple minutes later, I was done with my YouTube show or whatever I was watching. I walked downstairs to get a bottle of water, and I walk in the room, I'm like, what's your game plan? What do you need the money for? Like, what are you trying to pull here? And she's like, oh, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't trying to pull nothing. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, if lying was money, we'd be rich. So, anyways, I systematically explain that I don't like the electric lawnmower, but that electric lawnmower is a really good backup. If something was significantly wrong with the other mower and it just ceased to work, I can't really carry a lawnmower on the bus. We'd have to find somebody. That could be able to pick us up, buy the lawnmower, and then even now we have to find people to get like gallons of gas and junk, because you can't take that on a bus. Now, if there was ever some sort of occurrence where we couldn't find a ride to get gas, or that lawnmower just spontaneously combusted, we would have the electric lawnmower as a backup. And I'm like, you want to sell it for $40. You want to sell it for what you paid for it, when that is like a concrete, solid way for backup. But where I live, you have to cut your grass at a certain point. I'm not sure how much, you know, I think it's like, we're going to segue into something else here, like video games. It's like video games. Certain people get special treatment, you know. If somebody's grass in their yard gets like knee high, they can start complaining. But other people, it can get to the, you know, 4 feet, and then they're like, oh, okay, you better start doing something because other people are going to get mad. It just reminds me of video games in that sense. And that's what this episode's actually about. So now that we got all that weird belly aching out of the way, and all those, you know, triggers people are trying to pull, you know, whatever they're trying to do, there's a new path. I mean, I haven't been down here in a little while because I've been gathering up that copper. So, but I don't think I've been gone for so long that there's a new path. Well then, let's see where it goes. I'm pretty sure it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna go up to that house. I don't even know. It must have been there the whole time. It just grown in, so I couldn't see it. Because there's still trees growing in it. I must have never noticed it because of the trees and stuff. I'm not going up there because, one, it's uphill, and I'm pretty 95% sure I know where it goes. So, we're not going to do that. So, now that that's all out of the way, let's get into something else. So, I want to talk about video games today. I want to talk about some of the games I am playing, some of the games I was playing, and some of the games I may be playing at some point. Now, obviously, eventually, sooner or later, it's going to get nice outside, and I'll be trying to do more stuff outside. But until that happens, I've been kind of starving for entertainment to keep me from banging my head off a wall. Now, we're going to start with, we'll start with one of the oldest games that I've ever played that still has a good player base, and that's RuneScape. So, I play old school RuneScape, mostly because that's just what I'm mostly familiar with. There are some things in RuneScape 3 that are entertaining, but I play old school because it's just, you know, I'm a 90s kid, so old school it is. Anyways, now the reason a game like that stays good for so long is because it's a good game. I mean, it's a good game, but it's price effective. It has a great free-to-play option. It has a good old-school player base that still sticks with it. It's just, there's a lot of good things about it. Now, why I'm quitting, or why I'm probably not going to play for quite a while again, is they're increasing the cost of membership. The reason they do so good is because it's relatively cheap. Is because you can work for a bond and pay your account with stuff that you do in game instead of actual money. Whenever you start making the bonds, I say a bond should be 4 million. Flat, 4 million gold coins, done. That's how much it is. And that's it. But it fluctuates. I think the lowest I've ever seen it was 3.5 million, and the most I ever seen it was approaching 7 million. And that's just, you know, that's not me monitoring the market. That's just a light analysis of when I was buying and looking for bonds. The time it takes an average mid-level player to make 5 mil, average mid-level player, not content creators, not fake people, the average player, you know, with 1 or 2 accounts, maybe you have an alt. See, I don't remember that trail either. Like, I knew there was like a thing there, but I don't remember there being like a full-on trail. Now that one, I don't know where it goes. I could guess. Probably go out behind, I would go up to that hill. Well, okay, I know where it goes. Everything that way. Let's see. You go. Dairy Queen should be up there. About 2 miles. So that would take us up that hill. And I ain't doing that either. We're going to stick to what we know considering the snow and junk. So, they increased the price. I think I heard $13 a month. That rounds out to $13 a month, 12 months out of a year, 157, 156, 100. Copper. 100 and I think it's $156 a year. Now, they do have deals if you buy the whole thing, right? And you can get bonds with in-game currency. But with them raising the price of membership, I would be pretty willing to bet the price of a bond in-game and monetarily out, like IRL money, is going to increase as well. And as I said, for what it is, it's a really good game. But what's keeping it alive is, people being able to play it, with pocket change. And the fact that they have a decent moderator setup and bug fixes and things that people that actually take care of the game. I can't remember what that's called, but that's some of the reasons why this game held on for so long. And it's just, I think when I found out it was like $9 a month, that came out to $108 a year, I said I wasn't going to play. I said, I ain't doing it. But then I heard that they implemented the bond thing. And I was like, okay, so 4 or 5 million, I could buy a bond. And that's 2 weeks. I can make 4 or 5 million in 4 or 5 days if I play right. So, it's not that big of a deal. And I was, when this all started, a mid-level account and an average player. So, 4 or 5 days at, maybe playing 5 or 6 hours a day, I could score 4 or 5 million that quick. So, I could keep an account up on a bond pretty easily. So I was like, okay, I'll buy 1 month. I'll play my account. I'll do all the free-to-play quests. I'll store up as much money as I can from that. Then I'll buy I don't know if I got 1 month or 1 bond. I think I got 1 month. Because then I went and did I became a member, did the entirety of Recipe for Disaster, and tried to, do you know what? I did get a bond free to play. Because I killed a large amount of ogresses to get a bond free to play. And then I used that 2 weeks free to play bond to do the entirety of Recipe for Disaster. That's what happened. So yeah, I know I paid for a month. I just don't know when I did it. I paid for a month or another bond. I just didn't do it right off the bat. Doesn't matter. I was like, I can sustain 4 or 5 million at my current level and my game knowledge every 2 weeks with not much of an issue whatsoever. And I'll still be able to play the game. I won't have to grind all the time to keep the money up. So, I was like, okay, I'll get back into it. Then, I think Next came out. And, the prices fluctuate throughout. And then Next came out, and bonds were dropping down to like 3.5 million. And that's when I bought enough bonds to get me through Leagues. Now that Leagues is over, and Next is pretty much old news, bonds are approaching 6-7 mil. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, no, do you know what? RuneScape was out for a long time, had a dedicated player base for a long time. I can't picture it being cheap. I can't picture it being like, I think when I very first started, like, way back in the day, it was like $4.99 a month. I could imagine it going up in price. I could imagine $7-8 a month. But a brand new Xbox 360 game that you could play non-stop, not counting online membership because, they love to rip people off that way. But you could buy a brand new game for $69.99, and that game is there forever. RuneScape, you have to pay, what did I say? It's like $9 for 12 months. $9 a month for 12 months. $108. You gotta spend $108 every single year to play this game. Now it went up to, I think, $13.99, which increases it even more. I ain't doing the math again. It's 144 plus another 12, 156. $156 for a year, every year, unless you supplement it with in-game currency. I don't have the drive to want to play that bad. I don't have the income to want to spend that money on something like that. I think they would be just fine. Actually, they're probably sitting pretty. They'd probably be better than fine if they kept membership at $8 a month. Because that would have been $96 a year per player. And that's just how it would be. But like most things in life, people get greedy. So that's why I'm not playing that anymore. Now let's talk about the next one. I started playing this game called Touram. It's cross-platform. It's between, you can do like internet, tablet, iPhone, junk like that. It's cross-platform. And the reason I'm not doing videos on that, and I actually kind of stopped playing, is not only does, once you get so far in, it's kind of repetitive, it's just, it's great for a cross-platform game. Not so great for longevity or content. So, that's why I kind of just did the one little quick video on that, and that was just it. I would highly recommend people to play it, but I would also tell you that, if you're looking for something that's going to last you more than 2 weeks, you might want to look elsewhere. I guess depending on the rate at which you play. Now let's talk about the one I'm still playing. I've been kind of itching to get into, because this one's kind of funny. Poke Paradise. The Minecraft Pokemon Pixelmon server that I've been playing. They had a server reset. So everybody quote-unquote bought has been disappeared. It's been trashed, gone. And that's, whatever. It's going to happen sooner or later. But let me talk about the problems with this. And I think I mentioned this before. The reason I still play is because it's virtually free. I only paid what I paid to show my support, because when I first started, I thought it was a fair game. Stupid me. How'd I ever think anything I partake in is going to be fair? Anyways, I went ahead and bought Champion thing. It was like $9. To show my support, because I do enjoy it, and I still do enjoy it for the most part. And I'll probably keep playing it because it's the best of both worlds. It's great for that Pixelmon. It's great for that Pokemon fix, and it's great for that Minecraft fix. So I probably will keep playing it as long as it exists. Now the problems I probably touched upon in quite a few episodes is you can tell if you played enough servers and you know enough people, you can log on and tell who gets special treatment. You could just tell, and it's highly pay to win. Like, if you buy certain ranks above other ranks, you get creative flight, which gets you to places a lot quicker. I think you get special notifications, maybe even a heightened chance of spawn rates. And it's just, that part just highly irritates me, because you're taking away from other players' fun just to promote spending money. Like, you're ruining the game for other players to try to get them to break out their wallets. That's not cool. Like, not in my opinion. Now, I think a lot of the perks you should be able to buy with rank and stuff should give you, kits, should give you, shortcuts. But you shouldn't, if there's a random legendary spawn, that random legendary spawn should be random. every player on the server should have equal chance. For instance, you could have 10 players in a jungle biome, which has the high chance of spawning one of the Tapu Lilis or Tapu Kokos or whatever, the Tapu whatevers. It has a high chance of spawning that. Like, there's different spawn rates per different legendary Pokemon. So, if you're chilling out in a jungle, and you all have, there's like 20 people online, 10 of them people are going for something that has like a 1 in 10 chance of spawning, and then you have this one person that has like Pixel God or Mythic rank or whatever, or some high rank, and they're going for like Mew. No, I can't say Mew because that's in a jungle too. Say they're going for like Groudon or Kyogre or Eternatus or Rayquaza or something that's like the rate's like 0.5. Like they have a 1 in 50 chance for that to spawn, and these 10 other people that are just normal players have a 1 in 10 chance. There have been so many times that the person of the higher rank just happened to be lucky, you know? Or like HA Pokemon, right? Hidden abilities. There's very few ways to actually get them. But whatever they did to the server, or whatever's going on to the server, people are just, I mean, there's 2 or 3 a week. Like, people are just pulling them out of thin air, and it's annoying to me because it takes away from the fun from other people. Now, I realize you can only control so much, and this is going to touch upon the next point that kind of gets under my skin. I'm trying to recommend, I know it ain't going to happen. I mean, if somebody else recommended it, it might. And I already know some of the reasons why it wouldn't happen. I'm going to explain it anyway. I recommended having like a daily tournament. 3 non-legendary Pokemon per player. And then, you know, I'd set up a bracket. A lot of servers do it. And I automatically see an issue with this. There are a few different types of people that play these games, you know. You got people that enjoy the game, have a general knowledge, kinda good, like me. Just, you know, using my natural born strategy, you know, brainwaves or whatever. And then you have the people that go, hey Google, what is, at the moment, the easiest and best setup that can take down almost any normal team? And then they build that team and just sweep everybody that is just playing for fun. So ultimately, it gets to the point where the player doesn't associate with those people. The players like me don't associate with those people or become those people. And that's a problem. I have a problem with that. Because you ain't gonna have fun getting your butt kicked every single time because, you know, they have special privileges or they have, you know, a calculated team. What I'm trying to say is Pokemon, Pixelmon, whatever you want to call it, is at its basic form a numbers game. If you know the values of everything and you know the mechanics, you can get it down to almost a perfect science and where you could pretty much never lose. Depending on who you're playing, of course. And, you know, if you want to be that way, it's kind of like how I said about Call of Duty. If exploit or have like a scientifically perfect, you know, plan, they should have a server for that. Because the people that just want to play, you know, are getting annoyed and, you know, considering breaking out their wallets just because they can't compete and they can't have fun in a game that's supposed to be free because of these other people. And it's just mildly irritating. It's mildly irritating. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with this. I kind of got off topic. The point in case is, you know, when I kind of signed up for a server, when I kind of decided that I was going to play this server, I kind of knew what I was getting into, in a sense. They're all the same. They're basically made to make money. And it's like college. You know, you go to learn, you don't really get anything out of it most of the time, and you get hazed and picked on if you ain't the in crowd, so to speak, I guess. So it's like you can compare it to real life in a lot of ways, and it just disgusts me, I guess. Like, there are people in this game that I literally won't fight. Like, there are people in this game that I won't even waste my time, because I already know they have some crazy strategy where they're like, oh, I'm gonna shell smash white herb, one hit KO your entire team. And I'm like, I don't know how that is possibly fun for you, and it definitely isn't fun for me. Like, half the fun of the game would be the gamble, you know? I'm not saying purposely be bad at the game. I'm saying pick 6 of your favorite Pokemon, try to avoid Googling the best of everything, and build it the way you want to, and see how it works. Not whip out your credit card or go find out exactly how to, put everything together to make sure you win no matter what. Oh, it's a bloody train. It's not as bad here because it's pretty far away. I think I rambled enough. I'm gonna go for now. I'm gonna get a bottle of water out. Rethink my thoughts. Catch you guys in a bit. Alright. Now, I just stopped for a bathroom break, grabbed a bottle of water, took off my gloves because it's getting a bit toastier out here. Snow might start melting. I think that video clip was just like 2 minutes too long, and I think it broke it into 2 files, which is so annoying because it's hard for me to match up the audio. It's hard for me to match up the clip that it's, the least amount of noticeable. So that's gonna be another annoyance. Hey, the Eagles are back. There's one of them. I don't know where the other one is. I thought they were gone, like gone. I really don't know what to say. So I was talking about people that Google their Pokemon, like, what's the best EV stats, what's the best IV stats, what's the best move set, what's the MLG strats, things like that. Well, I'm, like I said about turning into those people, like, people do it to try to make other people do it, or, like, to show that the only way you can compete is if you do it. Well, I got a special Pokemon, right? I wanted to get a Ben 10 skinned one, like a 4 Arms Grookey or something, or what's the Rillaboom? Maybe like a 4 Arms Rillaboom or 4 Arms Machamp. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I was gonna look and see if I could find a Ben 10 one, but you have to spend like real life money or cheat the system or trick somebody into buying it for you or something, and I'm just like, that's too much work. If one ever gets sold, I'll just buy it. And but I did happen to get one that I was particularly interested in. I got a shiny Minior, and the Pokemon in itself, it's not the greatest. Like, there's ways of... Let me just get to the point, because I'm just going to stammer around this, and it's just going to be annoying. It's a shiny Minior. I got a golden bottle cap from doing the raids, and I wanted to find a special Pokemon that I really liked, aesthetically, and I wanted to make it perfect with this golden bottle cap, and then build it as perfect as possible. So I've been actually Googling, Well, I asked a couple of people first. I Googled first. I think Smolgan or whatever it's called, and Bulbapedia and different YouTubers that build Pokemon, and they're all the same. They were all the same strategy. So it kind of went against my general plan of what I wanted to do. So I was asking actually asking in chat if somebody was going to build a Minior, how would they do it? And of course I got the copy and paste Smolgan thing, because nobody has a mind of their own. So I actually went and decided to do a bunch of Googling to see if I can make Minior the best that it can be. But I don't want to use their strategies, so I'm just going to go with my own anyway. Which, you know, is probably not as good. Like, it's more than likely not going to be as good. You know, like I said, Pokemon is a numbers game. And these people ruin it by crunching all the numbers to find out exactly how you'd be the most likely to win, instead of just playing the game. But anyways, I was looking into it, and on YouTube, like, almost everybody that built Minior in the past is like 5 years old. Like, they're not 5-year-old children. It's like the videos are 5 years old. And I was like, maybe I'll do a video on my build. Maybe I'll do a video on my specific build, my way. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I got tons of ideas, tons of plans, tons of things I want to do, computer, IRL. But the fact of the matter is, it's very rare that I get to control my own destiny. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of waiting until I get a few more Pokemon so I can EV train them all at once. Because, like, I don't like wasting a bunch of time EV training one at a time. So I want to wait till I have like 4 or 5 and EV train a bunch of them and get them all to level 100 maxed out and stuff. And I think I'll actually go over some of my builds at the end. Or maybe I'll do like maybe I'll do a small series on Pokemon builds, especially older Pokemon that people just, you know, quick did their little what's it called clickbait. They did their little clickbait video that, you know, 40,000 YouTubers were already doing. Like, I don't know what Gen Minior is, but we'll say Gen 5. Like, Gen 5 comes out, and every single YouTuber on the planet is putting out videos on Gen 5 and stuff, and then all of a sudden it doesn't exist anymore. Like, RuneScape Leagues. You know, it comes out, every internet RuneScape creator plays it, and then it doesn't exist anymore. But they get their views while they can. God, I hope it's coming through how much I despise the way this world works. I hope that message is coming across. Like, I hope you guys, if you take nothing from this video, you know, I don't even care if you think I'm just being a whiny little bit. I just hope you take from the video that I absolutely hate how people control things. I absolutely hate what this world became. Like, just hate it. It gets harder and harder to find good things even. And then, well, it's like I said, I want to keep this game oriented. So, like, they have attacks on the GTS on Pixelmon. They have attacks on the Grand Exchange in RuneScape. And I'm like, okay, I understand. It's a way to, you know, money sink things out of the game, you know, whatever, I kind of get it. But that's money sinking I don't know. That's money sinking everybody instead of the people that have billions upon billions of the money. So I don't know how effective that truly is. I guess it is, but you know, it's like real life. I don't play those games to be reminded of how crappy the real world is. The thing about having taxes on a video game, yes, you can sink different things, sink money out of the game, that's true, but what you're doing is you're sinking money out of the game from every single customer. Everybody that spends money on that game, or everybody that's buying a Pokemon or a weapon or whatever, every single person that's buying something is getting taxed. The rich and the poor. And, you know, it seems a little unbalanced. Just, why would you want to sink money from an account that has 10K the same amount as you'd want to sink money from an account that has 10 bill? Like I said, I understand it. I do. I guess it's the same as like paying for carpet rides and Alcarid. You know, it's a money sink. But it's just I just don't understand, like, people play video games to get away from the real world. To stop thinking about how crappy this place is. And a lot of the video games are just turning it more and more into like real world kind of junk. It's irritating. I think that's a bullet casing. Possibly. Rifle rounds. They're not 22, but they're not 30-06. They might be, it might be 357 pistol ammo. It's about the right diameter. I used to hunt, if I didn't say that before. Used to be pretty good, too. I just don't like killing things. Unless it's necessary. Used to be quite good. I tell you what, if the military wasn't so, you know, indoctrinating and controlling, I would have probably fit in pretty good there. Because, like to help people, like to get a job done. And I was a real good shot. The downsides were always the reasons people fought and how we train our soldiers. Or at least what I was told. I was never seen it firsthand, so I don't talk about it much. And I heard rumors. Heard some rumors. Although I have met people that have been in the military and came out of the military, and I highly question how they made it through if it's the way people portray it. They are complete slobs. Alright, well, I'm just going to ramble for a while. I'm going to go, because I got to try to figure out how I'm going to edit this all together if that clip actually split in half, because that's going to be upsetting. I'm just going to freak out about something else. Now, I'm bloody hungry is what I am. I ate not too long before I came. I didn't bring anything with me because I didn't think I'd actually be hungry. The thing is, I see shotgun shell casings, but I don't see any bullet casings, like full metal jacket, pistol round, rifle round things. And you think you'd see them if they fired off a whole box back here. I think you would see at least one. Now, what do I know? It's been quite a while since I shot a gun. I don't really like guns, to be honest. Like, They would be a great tool in many situations, but to me, it's just another way of killing people. To me, it's just wouldn't have to worry about endangered species nearly as much if everyone used the bow and arrow. Because so many people wouldn't know how to even get a deer with a bow and arrow. I'm not a profound archer. I've taught myself a little bit, and I always wanted to learn to use a recurve more proficiently, but I mean, like many things in my life, they keep me away from any effective weapons. So if I ever do go nuts, I don't like, go on a rampage, and they keep me away from having a motorized vehicle, just in case if I ever actually try to have my own life and leave this place. Now that got on my nerves too. We were headed back, and I don't know what sparked up the conversation, but something led to the point where my brother's like, "Oh, I could help you get your driver's license." I was like, "Dude, shut up." I was like, "Just shut up, alright?" I could have had my driver's license 15 times over. Something always went wrong. Something stopping me from getting my driver's license. And, I hate them anyway. I hate them anyway because it's another one of those things where they're taxing people to give them this privilege, and they're telling people that the money they're making is going towards the roads. But what's funny about it is the people in charge of that money have pretty nice houses, pretty nice cars, pretty nice roads, but a lot of the public roads where the money's actually coming from seem to be lackluster, and this doesn't click in everybody's head, or nobody speaks out about it. Just feeding the pigs. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Taxes, feeding the pigs, getting fined, feeding the pigs. Playing the lottery, feeding the pigs. You work a job, you get your paycheck, your paycheck gets taxed. You take that money, you go and buy something, the item you buy and you spend that money on, you get taxed. The house you live in, that you pay for, you own, you still have to pay tax. So you pay an electric bill to pay for the power going into the house. You pay a water bill to pay for the water being used in the house. You pay insurance in case the house burns down. You have that backup, which surprisingly somehow never really counts anyway. There's always some sort of clause where there's so many times that insurance doesn't pay out. So yeah. You buy the house. You buy the house. You physically own the house. You spend $100,000 on the house that now you own, you take care of, you pay the bills on, but you pay a yearly tax. For what? So they don't take your house away. Government gang protection, like probation. Why do you pay tax on the house that you own? So people in power people that already have tons of money don't hire people to come and rip you out of your house because you're not giving them more money. And nobody wants to stand up and fight back. Or maybe you're all like me and want to stand up and fight back, but have very little ways of gaining traction. I guess when you look like a lunatic, it's hard to convince people. Or, the brain games that get played around here. It's hard to convince people. Alright, I'm going to edit this up. I'm posting this crap. Maybe not today. Maybe I'll edit tonight. Maybe. But I'm done talking. My hands are getting cold. Gotta put my gloves back on. I gotta get down through this area. I think they're done. I'm not sure. Just bloody think about it. Just bloody think about it. How things are in this world. Yeah. They think you have money, or they think they can get you on something, or you don't have a good infrastructure to back you up. You end up on probation at an early age where you supposedly owe them money for a crime you may or may not have committed. For what reason? So they don't rip you out of your house. You buy a house, you work your entire life to buy your own house, and you gotta pay somebody money so they don't rip you out of your house. Absolutely disgusting. What's the money going towards? Very few. I don't see very many benefits. I'm out of here. Getting cold. So, quick little side note. I know I already ended this episode. I'm probably just going to tack this on the end. I've been walking down here, right? And I'm at the bridge. I'm getting close to the public trail. Along the way, I've been finding things like this. It's insulation to wire. And I can't see a company doing that, so I'm wondering if somebody else is actually walking down through here, because it's not mine. I don't typically strip wire out in the woods unless it's in a situation like, down by the river. This stuff is like, I saw little bits and pieces along the trail. That's where I found that piece that I have in my backpack. I'm thinking somebody else is coming down through here scrapping metals. I can't think of any other. I just don't understand who would be doing it besides me, and why they're stripping things like, it looked like a vacuum cord, or not a vacuum cord, like a TV cord. Why they'd be stripping something like that out in the woods. It just TV cords are double insulated. You got the black insulation on the outside, then you have two copper wires on the inside. Typically, one's green and one's white. One's the power and one's the ground. And you have to strip them twice to actually get the copper, to get the copper 2 price. So I'm not sure, like, that's just a lot of, I don't know. I'm tacking this on the end. It's just a mental note. We'll see what there is to be saw later. Oh, I'm back again. Forgot to charge my camera, so it might die. So if it dies, it'll probably corrupt this clip, and you guys will never even see it. But I'm bored. Music ain't doing it for me. So I decided I'd chit-chat a little bit longer. So it's like 30 degrees out, right? Ran into 2 people. Older people, too. Like maybe 60. If I had to guess of a ballpark age. Talked to them for like 15 minutes. Starving. Freezing my fingers off. BS in the middle of the woods. Yeah, I am getting pretty hungry. I don't know why. I guess, overall, sweet potatoes and ham isn't like particularly filling. So, should have brought some oranges, but I kind of thought, with it being so cold, I'm not going to want to really stop anywhere. So, I guess being hungry is good motivation to keep walking. I did plan to mention in this video some of my intentions, some of my ideas with the money. So like I said, I have X amount put back already for secret, just in case money. And then I got so much money that I'm just going to dump into stuff that I want or need. I was thinking about going on to eBay or something and checking out what it would take to get like a really good slingshot. You're probably wondering why. And to be honest, I'm not completely sure. I just think if you learn to be good with a slingshot, you can. It's just so easy to take places. The problem is, like, the ones you get in the store are always so cheesy. So, I want to see about getting like a really, really good one, if it's not like crazy expensive. Alright, we'll see about that. And I'm thinking about getting like a really good ankle support thing. I'll probably just use the pair of them to see to it that my other ankle doesn't get busted up. I'm thinking that might be a good investment. And this I might outsource to the internet as well. I'm not completely sure. I seen one at DG for like $10, and I seen a nice one at Walmart for like $15. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm looking for in, joint support things. So I'll probably end up flipping a coin when it comes down to it. I think the big things I want to look for is getting the right size and make sure it's tight enough without it cutting off my circulation. And making sure it's like black. So when it gets disgusting, it doesn't always look disgusting. And I don't want to be buying a new one, every 2 weeks. So I want to get something that's good quality. And on top of that, I already got a few clothing items. I might get another pack of boxers. I have another pretty much unopened bag of socks. So I'm not really going to worry about that too much. I do want to get some better fitting shirts. It's like most of my clothes are like weird. It's weird. A lot of my clothes are just like ever so slightly too small that they're uncomfortable, or like really kind of big, and I don't know how this happens. So I want to see about picking up a few pairs of well-fitting pants and decently fitting shirts. And I actually think when it comes to shirts, I'm just going to buy another pack of these t-shirts that I wear. The V-neck cut t-shirts, because I can get them in black and gray. And that's just a good color because gray matches my hat and black doesn't get dirty as easy. So I'll probably go that route. I did get a pair of jeans early this winter, and I got these pair of camo pants just a couple weeks ago. But I think I should get... my sweatpants are fine. I got like 5 pair. Some of them have the same problem as the other ones, where it's like... I got a couple pair that just ain't quite long enough. Like, they don't cover my ankles. And I don't like to wear them like I'm some sort of gangster. Like, I don't wear them like up to my belly button, but I'm not like wearing them that my whole entire butt is hanging out. That's just... I just don't get the appeal of that. I mean, I used to have really cool underwear. I think I had Scooby-Doo Valentine's Day ones and like velvet Christmas ones and stuff. Like, if I was gonna wear those, maybe I'd wear my sweatpants like that, like show them off. But I don't have those cool ones anymore, so you know, I don't see the point. It's another stupid fad, you know. I think people got that to be like some hot thing, so that when people were wearing them like that and they try to commit a crime, they can't outrun the cops. That's what I think. All right. I'm about at the 2/3 mark, I guess. So, I guess with this video being like an hour and a half long, I think I'm gonna end it now. Besides, I think my camera's about to die like real soon. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm ending it for real this time. I'll see you hopefully when the weather's nice and after I cut the grass.